Analysis of market structures. Man-made resources include not only the physical infrastructure, but also the management systems and organizational structures of local marketing chains. A fundamental structure of market systems is the value chain. Farming systems obtain production means such as seeds, fertilizer, pesticides, machines, and equipment from external providers. Farming systems use these production inputs for their agricultural production and sell the products to processors. The processors sell the processed products to wholesalers, who supply retailers. Retail ultimately supplies the end consumer. The analysis of the value chain answers the question of how much of the value added remains in the farming system, starting from the value of raw materials up to the price of finished products. The efficiency and effectiveness of value chains depend on their management. Essential elements of management include observation, exchange of information, and coordination. The benefits of collecting and providing data and information increase with the number of connected participants and the included levels of the value chain. Relevant information ranges from decisions and the status of current agricultural production to capacities and capacity utilization at processors, as well as logistical capabilities of traders to the demand development of end consumers. Incorporating this flow of information and its use in analysis expands the consideration of the value chain to the supply chain. Access to information and its control determine influence and market power in the supply chain. At the same time, this information increases the planning security of the informed members of a value chain. The analysis of the supply chain answers the question of ownership and access of farming systems to market-relevant information. Two organizational approaches can be distinguished in value and supply chains. One is the structure-oriented approach, where the relationship between farmers and processing companies is mainly limited to trading products. Advice and supply of production means are organized separately by farmers. Partners are private organizations or governmental agencies. The other is the company-centered approach, where farmers not only enter into a purchase agreement with processing companies but are also bound in production by instructions from these companies. In return, the processing company provides the necessary production means and helps acquire the necessary technical knowledge to ensure the desired quality of products. Company-centered supply chains are found in all countries, but increasingly where larger quantities of a specific product must meet international quality standards, such as coffee or cotton. Company-centered supply chains have the disadvantage that farming systems are limited in their freedom of decision-making. They are bound by instructions, must meet quality standards, and adapt their production quantities to the wishes of these companies. On the other hand, they may have the security of production means supply, sales security, and possibly also opportunities to access credits and technical innovations through the processing company. Structure-centered value chains allow farming systems greater leeway in organizing their agricultural activities. However, bottlenecks in marketing and production can arise. Agricultural decision-makers are solely responsible for obtaining information about new technologies and their implementation in the farming system. In structure-centered value chains, business relationships of farming systems to current or potential markets are at the center. This results in more flexibility in trade relations. The purchase and sale of production means and products can be guided by the place and time at which the best conditions are offered.